Today we're going to be going over Ketchco's Mike Bucca Bullgill versus a store brand that only costs half the price. But make sure you stay tuned to the end, because after we take a look at these out of the box, I'm going to go drop them in the water and get some underwater footage, see how they swim. Hi making folks, and welcome to the channel. If you're here for the first time, my name is Vinny, and this channel is all about hunting and fishing. We got tips and tricks, unboxings, product reviews, as well as a whole bunch of vlogs of us just getting out there and doing the daggum thing. You know what I mean? So if that sounds like something you're interested in, consider hitting that subscribe button, wherever it's at. It's raining. Wow. Consider hitting that subscribe button, ring that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future uploads. All right, so let's start off with the Mike Bucca Baby Bullgill. This thing is a 3 3/4 inch, 3/4 ounce swim bait with a number 6 treble hooks. It is in a ruby gill color. Now this thing came in a bunch of different colors, a bunch of realistic colors like that. Whoops, hope I didn't scratch the paint. So it's my understanding that Mike Bucca had a bullgill, which is a much larger size than this. And then Ketchco got with them, did a collaboration and made the baby bullgill. They also have the baby bull shad in multiple different colors. So if you take a closer look, it's got this nice realistic pattern. It's a segmented swim bait so that when you move through the water, the whole thing gives a nice swimming action, which we will see some underwater footage later on in the video, so don't go anywhere, you know? So I got this thing yesterday when I was ripping around Academy in the fishing section, of course, and came across this realistic looking bait, and I've seen it before. I knew it's been out. It's been out for a little bit over a year now. And then I looked at the price, and it was $14, $15. And I'm like, that's a lot of money to spend on a lure that I'm probably gonna lose in the first 3 casts. But I've been wanting to give it a try. You know, I've been knowing about it for a while, seen it around. And then as I go creeping down the aisle, same aisle, and I came across this bad boy right here. This is the H2O Express, which is Academy's brand. This is a 3.5 inch jointed sunfish. Ultimate jointed sunfish, actually. That's what the box says. And then I looked at the price tag on this one. It was only $7, half the price of the baby bullgill. So I was like, I want to see what difference $7 makes. So I picked up one of each so we can do a nice side-by-side comparison. I got similar colors. This one here is the long-eared sunfish, and like I said, this is the ruby gill color in the baby bullgill. But I guess we'll start off with the first thing that's the most obvious, is how realistic these things look as far as the color pattern. If you look at the baby bullgill, you got a nice, it's like a printed design on there. This one has a iridescent sheen to it, but a very realistic looking. And then if we look at the H2O Express brand, very similar thing. This is the long-eared sunfish, very realistic printed pattern on there, except this one doesn't really have that sheen like this one does, that iridescence when the light hits it. And the next biggest difference I've seen in these two things is their shape. This one has a bluegill profile, but this one is an exact bluegill profile. I mean, this thing looks the exact same size and shape as you would see in a bluegill or a sunfish, whatever you want to call them. Both of them are jointed swim baits. They both have 4 jointed sections. This one's a 3.5 inch and this one's a 3 3/4. They didn't make the exact same size. This one came in either 3.5 or 3 or 4 inches, and this one only came in the 3 3/4. So I got as close as I could. So another thing, if you look at the tail of the baby bullgill, it's kind of like a paintbrush in the back right there. They got those little fibers coming off the back, whereas the H2O brand Express has like this rubber fin. It also has the dorsal fin and, you know, the bottom fins right there. It even has the pectoral fins on this one, which is interesting. Not all of these had it. This one in particular had it, and I don't remember if any of the other ones had that little side pectoral fin, which I thought was pretty awesome and realistic looking. Both of them have 3D eyes. This one is all red with a black pupil. This one actually has even more of a realistic eye. I don't know if you can see that very well, but ow! They also have sharp hooks. Dang it, I dropped that one too. Paint's all right. Looking at the segments on these things, you can see this one, you could actually see daylight through each part of the section. Now on the H2O Express one, you can see they cut the segments in kind of a V shape so that when the segments are swimming like that, you can't really see any daylight through it. You just see the inside of that plastic. Does that make a difference? Who knows? Now, taking a look at the hooks, you got the same size hooks on the Bull Gill on the front and the back, whereas the H2O Express has a smaller one in the back and a bigger one in the front. You could change it out. I don't know if that'll affect the way it swims or not, but I don't know. Tell me what you think. And looking at the nose of each one, this one has a line tied directly into the nose of the bait, where this one has a split ring that comes off of the attachment at the nose. Well, I think that's it. Let's go drop these in the water and see what they look like swimming. But before we do, if you're enjoying this video at all, getting a little bit of value out of it, consider hitting that thumbs up button. I'd very much appreciate it. Helps out the channel and lets me know, how I'm doing. So I really couldn't test out the castability of these things because I was testing them out in my pool pond, which ain't but about 6 to 8 foot long. But they both have a decent weight to them, so I imagine they cut through the air pretty good, so I'm sure castability is fine. And the other thing we can't really test is the longevity of them and how tough they are if they get beat up and hit on rocks and whatnot and whatever. But if you want to see that, maybe I can do a video where we actually take it out and fish. But that's pretty much going to do it for today. Let me know which one of these guys you think is better. Is it worth paying the extra $7 for this one? Or you think this one works just fine? Or you think this one's even better than this one and that they shouldn't charge that much for this one and stuff? But thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Remember to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, hit the thumbs up. You know the drill. And till next time, why don't you check out one of these videos and tell me what you think about those lures. Au revoir.